Did you know there's something unique about you that has brought you to this very moment? This is not a coincidence. If you're watching this video, it's because you're part of that small group of people ready for a profound change, ready to unlock a new chapter in their lives.
This is Elevated Vibrations.
Let me be clear, the fact that you're here means you're already resonating with a frequency of transformation. Something within you has been searching, and today, you've found your answer. But before we continue, I want to ask you something. Write in the comments what is the biggest change you want in your life right now. It doesn't matter if it's small or huge, the simple act of putting it into words is the first step to bringing it into your reality. Only 1% of people who dare to declare their dreams actually see them come true. Now, let's reflect. What sets apart those who live extraordinary lives from those who settle for the ordinary? It's not talent, it's not luck, and it's not always resources. It's something deeper, the willingness to look within themselves, to listen to the universe's signs, and to act on them. That's exactly the mindset that brought you here. Today, I want to share an idea that could change your life. Dr. Joe Dispenza explains that our external reality is a direct reflection of our internal state. If you keep experiencing the same circumstances repeatedly, it's because your mind and emotions are stuck in a repetitive cycle. But here's the good news, that cycle can be broken. And you have the power to do it. Close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath. As you inhale, imagine you're absorbing a fresh, renewed energy full of possibilities. As you exhale, release any doubts or fears that have been holding you back. Now, visualize a version of yourself already living the life you desire. How does it feel? How different is it from what you're experiencing now? Write it in the comments. The more detailed you are, the more powerful it will be. Dr. Dispenza teaches us that every thought has a frequency, and this frequency acts like a magnet to attract similar experiences. If you think about lack, you'll attract more scarcity. If you think about abundance, you'll attract opportunities. This isn't magic, it's science. And the most amazing thing is that you can train your mind to focus on what you truly want instead of what you fear. Let me tell you a story that illustrates this principle. Anna was someone who, for years, felt her life was on hold. Nothing seemed to change, no matter how hard she tried. But one day, she decided to do something different. She spent 10 minutes every morning visualizing her ideal day, feeling every detail as if it were already real. At first, it felt like a pointless exercise, but after a few weeks, things began to shift. Opportunities she hadn't noticed before started to appear, and key people came into her life. Today, Anna lives a reality that once only existed in her imagination. This isn't something exclusive to Anna, it's something you can do too. But for it to work, you must commit. Think now about a small habit you can start today to align your mind with the life you want. Write it in the comments. Make it tangible. Make it real. And this is just the beginning. What comes next is even deeper. We'll explore how to maintain this focus even when facing challenges, how to recognize the signs the universe sends you, and how to transform your emotions to become a magnet for limitless possibilities. Stay with me, because we're about to unlock a level of clarity and personal power that could change everything. Now reflect on this. How many times in your life have you felt you were on the brink of something great, only to be stopped by fear or doubt? That's the exact moment where most people give up. But you're not like most people. The fact that you're here watching this video is proof that you're ready to take that leap and embrace something bigger than you ever thought possible. Let me explain something fascinating about how your mind works. Every thought and emotion you have sends a signal to the quantum field around you. This signal not only reflects your internal state but also influences what you attract into your life. This is the power of intention. When you choose to align with thoughts of abundance, possibility, and gratitude, you are literally changing your energetic frequency. Have you ever noticed that after deciding something important, like a career change or a personal goal, you start seeing signs around you. Maybe a book shows up at the perfect moment, a casual conversation gives you the answer you were looking for, or even this video reaches you at just the right time. These aren't coincidences, they're responses from the universe to the energy you're emitting. Take a moment to reflect. What's the most recent sign you've noticed in your life? Maybe it was something small, like a repeating number you keep seeing, or something big, like an unexpected opportunity. Write that sign in the comments, not just as a record, but as a commitment to yourself that you're paying attention and ready to act. Dr. Joe Dispenza explains that the most profound change happens when you combine thought, emotion, and action. You can think and feel something positive, but if you don't act, that energy doesn't translate into tangible results. And here's the key, you don't need to take massive steps. Small, consistent actions have a cumulative effect that can transform your life in unimaginable ways. Close your eyes once more and take a deep breath. As you inhale, imagine yourself filling up with clarity and purpose. As you exhale, let go of any doubt or insecurity. Now, visualize one small but meaningful step you could take today. Maybe it's making that call you've been postponing, spending a few minutes writing down your goals, or simply taking a moment to appreciate what you already have. I want you to share that step in the comments. Don't underestimate the power of writing it down. When you make your intention visible, you anchor it in the physical world. You're saying, I'm ready. Now, let's talk about something that holds many people back, the fear of failure. We've all felt it at some point, it's natural. But what sets apart those who achieve great things is how they handle that fear. Instead of seeing it as an obstacle, they recognize it as a sign they're growing, stepping out of their comfort zone. Let me tell you about Javier. He had a dream of starting his own business, but for years, the fear of failure kept him frozen. One day, he decided to change his mindset. Instead of asking, "What if I fail?" he began to ask, "What if I succeed?" That simple question changed everything. Not only did he start taking small steps toward his goal, but he also began attracting people and resources that helped him move forward. Today, Javier lives the life he once only imagined. What if you started asking yourself the same question? What if everything works out? What if every step you take brings you closer to your dreams? I want you to write in the comments one thing you've been putting off because of fear of failure, and alongside it, write the first action you're willing to take to face that fear. And here's the exciting part, what comes next in this conversation is even more transformative. We'll explore how to use your emotions to amplify your energy, how to create a routine that keeps you aligned with your goals, and how to turn setbacks into catalysts for growth. This is not the end, this is just the beginning. Stay with me, because what's coming could be the key to unlocking the next stage of your life. The best is yet to come. Now, I want you to imagine something. What if everything you've experienced so far has been preparing the ground for something much greater? Every challenge, every moment of doubt, even every apparent failure, has been a piece of the puzzle the universe is assembling for you. Dr. Joe Dispenza reminds us that our minds are always searching for patterns, but only those who pay attention can see how everything fits together. And today, you're starting to see the bigger picture. Think about this. How often do we focus on what's not working, on what we lack, instead of what we already have and can build upon? It's a subtle but powerful shift. When you turn your focus toward gratitude and possibility, you not only change your internal state but also begin to alter the energy field around you. Let me share something about Laura. She used to believe her dreams were unattainable. Everything felt too big, too far out of reach. But one day, she decided to try a simple exercise. Every day, she wrote down an affirmation as if she were already living the life she desired. At first, it felt strange, even forced. But over time, something shifted. Laura began to notice small signs of progress, a chance meeting, an idea that came out of nowhere, a door that opened just when she needed it. Today, Laura says that simple habit not only changed her mindset but reconfigured her life. Could you do something similar? Take a moment to write down an affirmation that reflects the life you want. Share it in the comments, and commit to repeating it every day for a week. Notice how your energy shifts and the opportunities that start to appear. Dr. Dispenza explains that our emotions act as fuel for our intentions. If you're repeating affirmations or visualizing something, but you do it from a place of desperation or lack, that energy won't be strong enough to create change. Instead, when you do it from a place of gratitude, elevated emotion, and trust, you are literally programming your brain and energy field to align with that new reality. So, close your eyes again and take a deep breath. As you inhale, feel gratitude filling every cell in your body. As you exhale, imagine releasing any doubts or resistance that's been holding you back. Now, visualize a specific scene from the life you desire. What do you see? What do you hear? What emotions fill you? Hold on to that image and feeling for a moment. And here's the key: action. No matter how big or small the step, what's important is that it aligns with the vision you have for yourself. Think of it like planting a seed. Every action you take is like watering it, nurturing it, and ensuring it has space to grow. Think now of one small, tangible step you can take today. Maybe it's calling someone, researching a topic that interests you, or simply spending a few minutes reflecting on your goals. Write that step in the comments. By doing so, you're making a commitment, not just to yourself, but to the universe. And let's not forget the power of signs. How many times have we ignored small nudges from the universe because they didn't seem big or clear enough? Maybe it was a conversation, a repeating number, or even the intuition to watch this video. These signs are there to guide you, but you can only benefit from them if you're willing to act on them. So, here's a challenge: for the next 3 days, pay attention to the signs the universe sends you. It could be something you hear in a song, a phrase someone mentions, or a coincidence that makes you reflect. Write those signs down and what you believe they mean. If you feel comfortable, share one in the comments, because by doing so, you might inspire someone else watching this video. What's next is crucial. We'll explore how to maintain this mindset even on days when everything feels against you, how to turn setbacks into actions that strengthen you, and how to build a daily routine that reinforces your connection to the life you want to create. This isn't just motivational talk, it's a practical path to change. If you're still here, it's because something within you already knows you're ready for what's coming. Stay with me, because together, we're going to unlock the next level of your potential. Don't stop now. Let's reflect together. What if every single detail you've experienced so far was exactly what you needed to get here, right now? Maybe the struggles, the ups and downs, even the days when you doubted everything, had a bigger purpose. But as Dr. Joe Dispenza reminds us, it's not enough to experience, we must also interpret. Only those who seek meaning in every moment have the power to transform their reality. Think about it. How many times have you focused so much on what you don't have that you forgot everything you already have in your hands? Simply shifting your attention to the abundance already around you is the first step toward a monumental change. What's amazing is how this small adjustment can open doors you didn't even know were there. Let me tell you a story. Daniel had lost his job and felt completely disconnected from his goals. But instead of staying stuck in that energy of lack, he decided it was time to try something different. Every night before going to sleep, he spent 5 minutes imagining a day where everything was aligned. He visualized waking up with purpose, receiving opportunities, and connecting with inspiring people. Do you know what happened? It wasn't an instant magical change, but within a few weeks, Daniel noticed something different. He began to feel more motivated and more in tune with himself. Then, external results started to appear: a surprise job interview, an unexpected project offer, and eventually, a new career that exceeded all his expectations. What changed first wasn't his environment, it was him. Does this story resonate with you? Right now, you too can begin that change. Think about it: if you could design your ideal day, what would it look like? Write the details in the comments. Every word you put there is a statement of intent, a message to the universe that you're ready to receive. Dr. Dispenza reminds us that the power of our mind isn't limited to what we think, it's a synergy of thought, emotion, and energy. When you feel gratitude before something happens, you're creating a vibration that draws it to you. It's as if your heart and mind are sending a clear, coherent signal to the universe saying, "I'm ready." Close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath. As you inhale, feel yourself being filled with possibility. As you exhale, imagine letting go of any burdens you no longer need to carry. Now visualize that perfect day, but don't just see it, feel it. Let joy, satisfaction, and gratitude flood your entire being. Your emotions don't just influence how you feel, they also change your body's chemistry. When you experience elevated emotions like gratitude or joy, you're literally rewiring your brain and body. You shift from a state of stress and survival to one of creation and expansion. Now, think of one concrete action you can take today to align with that vision. Maybe it's something small, like planning your week, calling someone to share an idea, or starting that project you've been putting off. Write that action in the comments. It's your way of anchoring this intention into the physical world. And let's not forget the signs already around you. Often, we're so distracted that we don't notice them. It could be a recurring thought, a number you keep seeing, or even this very video. Share in the comments any signs you've noticed recently and what you think they mean. By sharing, you might inspire others to pay attention to the signs in their own lives. What's next is even deeper. We'll talk about how to build a daily routine that keeps you focused, how to turn setbacks into stepping stones toward your goals, and how to maintain high energy even on the hardest days. This isn't just a video, it's the beginning of something much bigger. Stay with me, because together we're not just creating a vision, we're building a new reality. This is just the start. Now, I want you to imagine something even more meaningful. What if every decision you made from this moment on was filled with intention, clarity, and confidence? Not just the big decisions, but the small ones too, the ones we often take for granted. Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches us that change doesn't happen in one grand moment but in a series of small, consistent actions. Every time you choose to think, act, or feel differently, you're rewriting the story of your life. Most importantly, you're training your brain and heart to align with the life you desire. Think about this: how much of your day do you spend on autopilot? Studies show that over 90% of our actions and thoughts are habitual, automatic patterns. This means that if you don't question them, you might be perpetuating the same results repeatedly. But here's the exciting part: at any moment, you can break that cycle. Let me tell you about Sophia. She had a completely predictable routine: wake up, go to work, come home, and repeat. She felt stuck, like she was living the same day over and over. But one day, she decided she wanted something different. She started with small changes, waking up 15 minutes earlier to meditate, writing down 3 things she was grateful for before bed, and making daily decisions that pushed her out of her comfort zone. Do you know what happened? It wasn't immediate, but little by little, her life began to transform. Today, Sophia not only lives a fuller life but also inspires others to do the same. Think about your own life. Is there a pattern holding you back? Maybe it's a habit, a recurring thought, or a belief that no longer serves you. Write it in the comments, not as a problem, but as a starting point, because recognizing it is the first step to changing it. Dr. Dispenza says you can't create a new reality while clinging to the emotions and patterns of the past. It's like trying to move forward while constantly looking back. Try this exercise now. Think of something you want to let go of. It could be a fear, a doubt, or even a heavy memory. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, imagine releasing it. Write it in the comments if you feel comfortable, as a symbol that you're ready to let it go. What comes after releasing is equally important: filling that space with something new. Visualize the life you desire with all its details. Feel the certainty that it's not just possible but inevitable, as long as you keep aligning with it. Remember, you don't have to do it all at once. The most lasting transformations are built step by step. What matters isn't the speed but the direction. Each small step brings you closer to your goals. Send a powerful signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. So, what is your next step? It could be as simple as starting a new habit, letting go of a limiting belief, or even taking a moment to recognize everything you have already accomplished. Write it in the comments and share it, because when you do, you're declaring your commitment, not just to yourself but to the entire process. What follows in this conversation is essential. We will explore how to maintain focus amidst distractions, how to use tough days as opportunities to grow, and how to develop a routine that not only keeps you motivated but also elevates your energy every day. This is not the end, we're not even close. Stay with me, because what comes next could be the catalyst that changes your life in ways you can't even imagine. We are just beginning to unlock your true potential. Don't miss out. Think about this for a moment. What if every small decision you make is like a domino? At first, it may seem like nothing is happening, but over time, those small choices create a chain reaction that completely transforms your life. This is the key that many overlook. It's not about doing something gigantic right away, it's about consistently choosing the next right step. Dr. Joe Dispenza reminds us that greatness is not reserved for a select few, it's a choice, a decision you make every day. Will I act from my best version today or let my old patterns continue to dictate my life? That choice, though it may seem insignificant, could be the turning point that changes everything for you. Close your eyes and reflect. What automatic patterns do you repeat every day that no longer serve you? Maybe it's the habit of procrastination, doubting your abilities, or simply allowing fear to guide your decisions. These patterns do not define you, but unless you identify them, they will keep directing your life. Let me share something I learned from Marcos, a friend who spent years stuck in a routine, feeling like he could never escape his comfort zone. Marcos started with a simple exercise. Every night, he wrote down one thing he did well that day, even if it was something small like getting up early or making a decision that brought him closer to his goal. In a few months, that habit completely transformed his self-perception. He went from feeling stuck to being filled with possibilities. Can you imagine what could happen if you adopted such a simple habit as well? Now, I want you to think of one thing you could do today to break out of that autopilot mode. It might be as small as changing your morning routine or stopping yourself from checking your phone right after waking up. Write it in the comments because that simple act can be the start of something much bigger. The interesting part is that when you start changing your actions, the universe responds. Suddenly, you begin to notice things that you previously overlooked, people, opportunities, and even ideas that seem to fall from the sky. But this isn't magic, it's science. When you train your brain to look for the positive and the possible, you start tuning into what aligns with your new energy. Here's a key concept: the energy you emit returns to you amplified. If you're constantly worried or filled with doubts, you're likely to attract more of those experiences. However, if you begin to cultivate emotions like gratitude, joy, and confidence, you will see how these same emotions reflect in the experiences that come into your life. Close your eyes once more and breathe deeply. As you do, feel yourself filling up with gratitude. No matter how small the reason, give thanks for your ability to breathe, for having this moment to reflect, or for anything that makes you feel good. Now exhale slowly, letting go of any tension or worry you don't need right now. A practice like this may seem simple, but it has a profound impact on how you feel and how you interact with the world. I want you to write in the comments something you are grateful for at this moment. It can be as big or small as you want. Sharing it not only strengthens your connection to gratitude, but it also inspires others watching this video. And let's not forget a crucial aspect: your commitment to your vision. Many people start with enthusiasm but lose their way when results don't come immediately. However, what Dr. Dispenza teaches us is that true change happens when you remain consistent, even on days when you don't see progress. Consistency, not talent, is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up. So here's my challenge to you: think of a goal you truly wish to achieve. Now break it down into small, manageable steps. What is the first step you can take today? Write it in the comments and do it. No matter how small it is, what matters is that it's a move forward. What follows in this conversation is essential. We will discuss how to develop a resilient mindset, how to transform stress into creative energy, and how to build a daily routine that keeps you motivated and consistently elevates your energy frequency. This is not the end, it's just the beginning of something much larger. Stay with me, because together we are building not only a new perspective but also a new reality. The best is yet to come. Now I want you to consider something you probably haven't thought about before. What if the reason you haven't yet achieved what you desire has nothing to do with your abilities but with the story you're telling yourself about who you are and what you can achieve? Dr. Joe Dispenza states it clearly: our beliefs, often unconscious, act as the filter through which we perceive the world. If you believe something is impossible, you won't even try. Think about it for a moment. What stories have you been telling yourself that could be limiting you? Maybe you've told yourself you're not good enough, that you lack resources, or that it's too late to start. Let me tell you something: those stories are not the truth, they are merely interpretations. And like any interpretation, they can be changed. Let me share a personal experience. I once met Clara, a woman who had spent her entire life believing she was not creative. She never attempted to paint, write, or even express her ideas aloud because she thought she didn't have that gift. One day, she decided to challenge that belief and enrolled in a drawing course. At first, she felt completely out of place, but she kept practicing every day. Today, not only has she developed an incredible talent, but she has also built a community around her art. It all began when she decided to question the narrative she had told herself for years. Now, I want you to think about the story you are telling yourself. What is that belief that has been holding you back? Write it in the comments, not as something unchangeable, but as something you are ready to challenge. Acknowledging it is the first step to overcoming it. Dr. Dispenza teaches us that our beliefs are deeply intertwined with our emotions. If you constantly feel frustrated or anxious, those emotions reinforce the same stories that limit you. But here's the exciting part: you can change that connection. You can train yourself to feel different, more elevated emotions that align with the reality you wish to create. Close your eyes again and breathe deeply. This time, as you inhale, imagine you are filling yourself with confidence and empowerment. As you exhale, visualize those old stories beginning to dissolve like clouds dissipating in the sky. Now, picture a new narrative, one that reflects what you are truly capable of achieving. Write it in the comments. That new story is your declaration of intentions, your commitment to a different future. And here's something important: it's not just about thinking differently, it's about acting differently. Every time you take an action that challenges an old belief, you're reinforcing your new story. Perhaps that action is as simple as making a decision you usually avoid, or something more significant like starting a project you've always postponed. Let me tell you about Gabriel. For years, he believed he wasn't good with finances and always avoided taking control of his money. But one day, he decided to face it. He started by reading a book on personal finance, then made a simple plan and began to implement it. Today, he has not only improved his financial situation but also helps others do the same. It all began when he took an action that contradicted his old belief. Now, I challenge you to think of an action you can take today to begin to challenge a limiting belief. It can be small, but it should be intentional. Write it in the comments, because by doing so, you are taking the first step toward a new reality. And do you know what the best part is? This is not a linear process. There will be days when you feel like you're going backward. And that's okay. It's part of the journey. But every time you choose to move forward, every time you choose to align with your vision, you're creating momentum. And momentum is powerful. It transforms small actions into significant results over time. What follows in this conversation is fundamental. We will explore how to maintain focus when everything seems to be against you, how to cultivate a resilient mindset that allows you to grow through challenges, and how to build a daily practice that reinforces your connection to the life you truly desire. Don't hold back, this is just the beginning of a much larger transformation. Stay with me, because what comes next could be the catalyst that unlocks a level of clarity and purpose you didn't even know was possible. The best is yet to come. As we close this moment together, I want you to take a second to recognize something. The fact that you're still here watching this video until the end is no coincidence. It's proof that you are ready, that something within you has awakened and is seeking more clarity, more purpose, more alignment with the life you know you can create. Dr. Joe Dispenza reminds us that we are not limited by our current circumstances but by our ability to see beyond them. And by choosing this moment, by reflecting and committing to change, you have already taken the most important step. So here's my final invitation to you: take action today, not tomorrow, not in some distant future, but today. Do something that reflects the grandest version of yourself, the version you are nurturing. Write in the comments what that step will be and share it, because your action can inspire someone else who is also on this journey. Remember this: every thought you choose, every emotion you embrace, every action you take is designing your future right now. There are no limits to what you can achieve when you align with your inner power. Don't let this be just another video, make it the starting point for something much larger. If this message resonated with you, like it, share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to the channel to continue this journey together. This is not an end, it's the beginning of a new chapter. The universe has always been with you, sending you signals, guiding you, supporting you. Now it's your turn to respond. The time is now, and the power is in your hands. Make it count. See you soon.